Here. Chapter 3. The Olympian Creation Myth. I'm going to try to add in footnotes. This could be like a monkey fucking a football. We will see. At the beginning of all things, Mother Earth emerged from chaos and bore her son Uranus as she slept. Gazing down fondly at her from the mountains, he showered fertile rain upon her secret clefts, and she bore grass, flowers, and trees, with the beasts and birds proper to each. This same rain made the rivers flow and filled the hollow places with water, so that lakes and seas came into being. Her first children of semi-human form were the 100-handed giants Briareus, Gyges, and Cottus. Next appeared the 3 wild, one-eyed Cyclopes, builder of gigantic walls and master smiths, formerly of Thrace, afterwards of Crete and Lycia. Footnote. I don't know how to do that. Hold on. I already closed it. This patriarchal myth of Uranus gained an official acceptance under the Olympian religious system. Uranus, whose name came to mean the sky, seems to have won its position as first father by being identified with the pastoral god Varuna, one of the Aryan male trinity, but his Greek name is a masculine form of Uruna, queen of the mountains, queen of summer, queen of the winds, or queen of wild oxen. The goddess in her orgiastic midsummer aspect. Uranus's marriage to Mother Earth records an early Hellenic invasion of northern Greece, which allowed Varuna's people to claim that he had fathered the native tribes he found there, though acknowledging him to be Mother Earth's son. An emanation to the myth recorded by Apollodorus is that earth and sky parted in deadly strife and were then reunited in love. This is mentioned by Euripides, Melanippe the Wise, fragment 44, ed. Nanook, and Apollonius Rhodius, the deadly strife must refer to the clash between the patriarchal and matriarchal principles with which the Hellenic invasions caused. Gyges, earthborn, has another form, Gigas, giant, and giants are associated in myth with the mountains of northern Greece. Briareus, strong, was also called Aegean, and his people may therefore be the Libyo-Thracians, whose goat goddess Aegis gave her name to the Aegean Sea. Cottus was the eponymous, name-giving ancestor of the Cotians, who worshipped the orgiastic Kotoyo and spread her worship from Thrace throughout northwestern Europe. These tribes are described as 100-handed, perhaps because the priestesses were organized in colleges of 50, like the Danaids and Nereids. Perhaps because the men were organized in war bands of 100, like the early Romans, whose sons Odysseus encountered in Sicily. Footnote 2. The Cyclopes seem to have been a guild of early Hellenic bronze smiths. Cyclops means ring-eyed, and they are likely to have been tattooed with concentric rings on the forehead in honor of the sun, the source of their furnace fires. The Thracians continued to tattoo themselves until classical times. Concentric circles are part of the mystery of smithcraft in order to beat out bowls, helmets, and ritual masks. The smith would guide himself with such circles described by compass around the center of the flat disc on which he was working. The Cyclopes were one-eyed also in the sense that smiths often shade one eye with a patch against flying sparks. Later, their identity was forgotten, and the mythographers fancifully placed their ghosts in the caverns of Athena to explain the fire and smoke issuing from its crater. A close cultural connection existed between Thrace, Crete, and Lycia. The Cyclopes will have been at home in all these countries. Early Hellenic culture also spread to Sicily, but it may well be, as Samuel Butler first suggested, that the Sicilian composition of the Odyssey explains the Cyclops' presence there. The names Brontes, Steropes, and Argus, thunder, lightning, and brightness, are late inventions. Okay, so I'm going to read that sentence again. Jesus. Next appeared the three wild, one-eyed Cyclopes, builders of gigantic walls and master smiths, formerly of Thrace, afterwards of Crete and Lycia, whose sons Odysseus encountered in Sicily. Their names were Brontes, Steropes, and Argus, and their ghosts have dwelt in the caverns of the volcano Atina since Apollo killed them in revenge for the death of Asclepius. The Libyans, however, claim that Garamas was born before the 100-handed ones, and that, when he rose from the plain, he offered Mother Earth a sacrifice of sweet acorn. Garamas is the eponymous ancestor of the Libyan Garamantians, who occupied the oasis of Jado, south of the Fenzan, and were conquered by the Roman general Balbus in 19 BC. They are said to have been of Kushite Berber stock, and in the 2nd century AD were subdued by the matrilineal Lemta Berbers. Later, they fused with the Negro Aboriginals on the south bank of the upper Niger and adopted their language. They survive today in a single village under the name of Coromants. Garamante is derived from the words Gara, Man, and Te, meaning Gara's state people. Gara seems to be the goddess Ker or Kar, who gave her name to the Karens, among other people, and was associated with apiculture. Escalante acorns, a staple food of the ancient world before the introduction of corn, grew in Libya, and the Garamantrian settlement of Amman was joined with the northern Greek settlement of Dodona in a religious league, which, according to Sir Flinders Petrie, may have originated as early as the 3rd millennium BC. Both places had an ancient oak oracle. Herodotus describes the Garamantians as a peaceful but very powerful people who cultivate the date palm, grow corn, and herd cattle. I might continue footnotes, I might not. I just hate how it's just... Maybe I'll read them at the end. Oh well.